Welcome to another episode of the Blank Canvas, a project brought to you by Plinko Solutions, focused on AI and accessibility and building real-time business infrastructure. So today, 12 minutes away from a meeting, I'm going to be diving into browser agents. So browser agents I spoke about recently in terms of AI agents. What makes them special when it comes to browsers? So extract mermaid diagrams from this. It's based into Excalibur. Went ahead and did some research to kind of showcase that. For those unfamiliar, browser agents are essentially AI agents that simulate human behavior, whereas the other ones, part of the process is being able to actually see where's the value in just letting an automation run in the background versus having a human-like automation run for you. The human-like effect gives you this condensed, reiterative process. I don't think this actually worked. So, shout out to Cluely for failing me once again. Create mermaid diagrams for this mapping, overview, and components. So I'll walk you guys through it. So, when it comes to having human-like AI agents reiterate on themselves, right? We're able to experience something that previous AI agents don't provide. So if you guys remember, when I talked upon what the technical definition was versus the non-technical idea, the technical definition is something that has memory and has a transformer attached to it that basically is what we consider AI, right? So we have an AI that remembers what it's doing. It then functions as an individual with agency, essentially, right? Given instruction, given a sort of deterministic structure. That deterministic structure is what we call a prompt chain, meaning a series of instructions. And that's kind of the third component here that non-technical people think it comes with out of the box, right? When we experience a Lindy.ai or ChatGPT operator mode, these system prompts are often buried deep inside the platform. So having access to a tool in which we can actively, let's see if this works. This looks nice. We can actively extrapolate, gives us a lot of advantages. So what it's mapping out here is all these different sources that we'd kind of go through as a human, just to kind of pull information from and make sense of, especially when it comes to market research and revenue driving material. When it comes to personalization, which is how do I tailor what I'm saying to who I'm reaching out, there's a lot of sources that kind of feed into that. As you can see here, when it comes to company information, right, there's only so much information you can kind of find. The idea is you want to funnel this into a single source of truth, which would be a customer relationship management system or an enterprise service platform. From there too, if you're researching ads and content creation, this gives you an angle. As a human, you can kind of dive into. You can see this kind of gets real elaborate, no matter how far I stretch that out. Well, the idea is we're looking for signals, right? And these signals give us call it an impetus, but a direction to follow, basically somewhere to go. So for e-commerce, that is looking at their competitors, right? Running actual analysis on products and markets and bigger picture material. Over here, actually figuring out the operational side of things, there's invoicing, there's local listings, there's Facebook Marketplace, which is, famous for being able to repost listings and add it in. And then from there, being able to triage that into a calendar is really important, right? As you can see, kind of like this endpoint here is a destination piece, the source of truth in which we actually go and access. If you right now are leaning into Google Sheets and those kind of like ad hoc, when you need it databases, you can imagine how disorganized and how crazy that gets. So another layer of browser agents simulating human behavior would be organizing it, would be cleaning it up for you, which is really valuable, right? I should also note, when it comes to this previous thing I was working on here with this questionnaire, I would say, there is a certain level of confidence that these browser agents inquire, right? Or require, I would say. So for me, I maxed out just about 5 left for the month. You'll notice as I take you guys through it, a lot of my responses are just like, I believe in you. How confident are you? I trust you. I believe in you. It's the same kind of stuff you would say to somebody that's actually working on this. So maybe they didn't think they had enough time. I said, you do have enough time, all the time in the world. Let's do this. I trust you. Commit. You got this. And that's kind of the ballpark. So being able to have those conversations with it, develop those prompt chains, those instructional layers, that'll really help drive the difference and the distance, I would say, between precision and idea, right? So having those conversational pieces, figuring out how you can use these browser agents is really where the sauce is. And that's how I'm really building this infrastructure in real time. Bigger piece of that, take you guys on the bigger picture, is I mentioned that questionnaire, being able to cast a wide net and segment and help people in real time. Talking about it less versus doing it is a really big thing. So going into the next week, I'll be able to kind of showcase a lot in terms of the conversation around that and how I'm achieving that in real time. So that being said, this is a short one. We'll see you guys in the next one.